Live. Okay. YouTube, what's going on? It's Warren Gotti here with another live stream. And we, here with the weekly live stream yet again. Yet again. And seems like every week we have some more news to talk about, and most of it's not good. You know what I'm saying? I guess the only good news that we have is that training camp starts tomorrow for the rookies. So I mean, I guess that's the only positive news, but everything else just seems to be bad. So
Yeah.
we're gonna of course, let my man introduce himself. You know how we do every week. So go ahead,
Yeah.
take the floor. Whatever you want to say, go ahead.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? It's Sanchez 405 from On the Warpath. Catch me on the Warpath. If you search me, you can find me. Um, Talking about the Redskins all the time, and just really in a disappointing spot right about now with this team, but it is what it is, and we'll get through it. We always do. We're long suffering, so we'll be all right.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I didn't say, but the Nationals are playing right now as we speak. They're playing the Orioles in a little spring training game, or should I say summer camp game. So that might have my attention. But
Yeah.
we do have some news to talk about here to hold on. Let's see for a second. My friend just texted me and said, "Why can't I watch the stream?" Okay, let me see. See, make sure I'm live. Am I live? Let me check. Let me tell him. Look. Okay, let me see. Cause yeah, we were having a little problem because it was saying one person in here for like 10 minutes or something. I don't know.
Huh.
And
Yeah,
he,
I was in there for a second, so
yeah, and he just texted me and said, "Sorry guys, difficulties of course, but let me see if it, if it says I'm live." Is it saying? See. Think so.
yeah, I got
Okay.
you right here. Got us
Okay.
right here.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. We should be good. Okay. So now we have some more news, and of course, it's not good. So we're gonna start it off with what is your whole take on everything that's been going on this past week? Because when JP Finley said that this was gonna be a hell of a week, I was
It
not
was.
expecting this. I thought the most we were gonna get was Kelvin Harmon, of course, but all this stuff just came out. So what do you have to say as far as all this mess?
Um, it's disappointing to say the least. It. I mean, I didn't really think that it would really amount to this. Well, no, reading stuff and being on Twitter, and the rumor mill kind of wandered, but it was kind of centrally focused. I think the media did a bad job of just teasing it the whole time. They're like, "Oh, something's coming, it was like when they were telling you don't spoil Avengers Endgame for people last year.
Mhm.
So this is serious allegations um, towards the Redskins, the organization, people that work there. Although Dan and Bruce were implicated in it, they probably knew about it. So it's just another mess that is the Washington Redskins right now, and it stinks, man. I mean, I was not too many things affects me with this team anymore. I've just grown numb to it. This kind of affected me just on a different level. I mean, I read the article and people can say, well, why didn't these women do anything? Why couldn't they do anything? And there's an array of things that we can get into on that's not even conducive to the conversation of having about this team. At the end of the day, it's wrong. It shouldn't have happened. It's sloppy, and it's indicative of what keeps on happening with this team.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And I can't agree with you more on that, man. It just seems like we were headed in the right direction, one step forward, and now it's like we're
Yep.
taking 6 steps backwards. But my friend just said that it says it's restricted. I don't know what's going on.
Hmm.
Let me see, because but normally, we would have probably like 30 people in here, and I was wondering why it's
Yeah.
a little slow today. Let me
Right
see.
here.
Is it? restricted? I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I'm on my own channel and it's going to show for me. But I don't know.
Let me check here. I've got a couple of things I can try. Let me see if I can try it on another one.
Says it's public on here.
Let me see.
Uh,
I can tell you in a second one. Hold on.
okay,
Give me
okay, okay. Thank you.
Oh God.
What's up, guys in the chat? AM Hunter, what's up? Splits, what's up? Nicholas, what's up? Reggie, what's up? TTV BJ, what's up? Casper Hill, what's up?
Yeah,
Chris,
it's
what's up?
good, man.
Oh,
It's
okay.
good. Yeah, it's good. This is an old account that I have that I don't subscribe to anything on, so I know that is that's yeah, it's good. I don't know what that. It's just slow, I guess.
Okay, maybe it's just his phone. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Cause he just sent me this. He says this. He just let me see. Just sent me this.
Did he try to watch it through Facebook or something? Did
I
you
don't
post
know.
it on Facebook or Twitter?
No.
If you do it on
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. What you saying?
if you post it on Facebook, I know Facebook has that restricted thing. Tell
Mm-hmm.
them just to go into the app directly, and it should work just fine. But that's happened to me before.
I think he is in the app and it's saying
Huh?
this.
That's odd.
Let me see if I can show.
Yeah. Huh? That's weird.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, let me see if I can just send the link out to him or something.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. But we're gonna finish it, guys. Trust me. We just
Yeah,
got some little technical difficulties.
technical difficulties. That's all.
It
Yeah,
happens.
man.
Guppy says, "What's the score? It is currently 0-0 at the top of the second inning. Juan Soto's up to bat. Just fouled off the first pitch, or the second pitch is 1-1. Um,
Oh.
so it's 23 people in the stream. Now let's start off with the good notes because we're gonna get to the
Uh-huh.
it's a lot of bad stuff more than good. So let's just get the good stuff out the way to get everyone hyped. Tomorrow, according to NFL, training camp is supposed to start for the rookies. So what are you expecting the most out of the rookies as he pitches, he deals 2-1 as the pitch count as Soto takes. But what are you expecting tomorrow? Because tomorrow it says that it's supposed to happen.
Mhm.
And rookies come tomorrow. Then after they come Tuesday, then I think Thursday is where quarterbacks come is the 23rd, and then 28th everyone else joins as Soto does the Soto
Yeah.
shuffle 3-1. So what are you expecting from the rookies tomorrow? Do you think they're going to take it slow, or like what are you expecting as far as battles and stuff like that?
Well, you got a decent rookie class. I haven't heard anything about contracts being signed. That's the one thing that's concerning me. Is Chase Young under contract, or they're gonna wait till they come there and they've already verbally agreed to contracts? I don't know. Somebody check me, but I don't think I've heard anything about contracts being signed. I'm looking to see what we've got in Antonio Gibson, and really in past years, you'd have a lot of rookies show up. You're only going to have 12, 13 rookies show up. So the guys that you're drafting, the 4 undrafted rookies that are coming in, I want to see what Steve Montez has. Can he push for a roster spot at the quarterback position to be a backup? Chase is number 1 on there. What is he going to do? Antonio Gibson, I love seeing him. Sadiq Charles. A lot of this is going to be talking about what have they done. Like they had to be professionals by themselves for since April. They've had to be professionals. They've had to been they've had to do everything at home or in a remote location. So it's wild. To see what these guys are going to do. I figure they'll probably debrief them. They'll probably get them tested for COVID and all that stuff just to make sure they don't have any symptoms. But other than that, I think you're going to see something simple because they're going to phase everybody back. I think the quarterbacks and injured players come back the following day, and then you'll have all your vets there on like the 28th or something. So the rest of the team. So it's kind of phasing them in like MLB spring training. You know how the pitchers and catchers report in February. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely for sure. And as an update, as Howie Kendrick swings and miss, the count is now 2-2. Soto is on first base. I think he walked him I'm not sure. So we do have a base runner at the top of the second, or I think it's the bottom of the second. TV's kind of small, but yeah, man. So like I said, like you said, the injured players and quarterbacks are coming back on the same day, so they're coming back Thursday. And then tomorrow is the rookies, man. You know, I just want to see Chase Young, man. Honestly, I do, and I can't wait to see him, man. Gandy Golden,
Yep.
Gibson, really, honestly. But you know, Chase Young's going to steal the show. Everyone is going to be like, "Oh, where's Chase Young? What is he doing? What is he doing?" You know, he's going to take the show, obviously. But some of the guys is going to be in the back. I just want to see what James Smith Williams going to look like. What Kaliki Hudson's going to look like. A lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
thinking about Carmen Curl. I want to see what he's going to look like. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be, since it's the first day, they're not gonna take things slight. They're just, I think, more is tomorrow, since it's gonna be them there. I think it's gonna be more of conditioning and see where they're at as far as in shape goes. But other than that, Thursday is where it really can get, you know, good, because
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Allen comes, Dwayne comes.
Yep.
Headphones just came out. Yep, Dwayne comes, Steven Montez, all the guys, quarterbacks and stuff like that. They're coming tomorrow, or
Mm-hmm.
Thursday rather. So that's where it
Yep.
gets fun. So as far as that goes, how do you think they should do it? Because there was a report saying that it should be 20 in at a time. I was thinking maybe an hour for the offense, and then an hour for the defense, and an hour for special teams. The only people that stays for all three are the coaches. But then it was
Mm-hmm.
saying, what about the or what about the offense versus defensive scrimmages? I don't think they're going to do that. But what is your take on it?
Well, the NFL really hasn't had a plan. They haven't really laid out a plan in detail about what they should do, what they can do. I know, working at a college, a Division II school right now, that my friends in our athletic department, they are working to phase in, even with team pitchers, they're working to phase in the football team. Some like 10 kids may come on the hour or something and get checked in, get their things going. So, I mean, 20, depending on you've got a coaching staff of about 15, 16 people. Break it down, get them in there. You think your player development team will help you out too. So, Blacken and all his guys can help them phase them in and all that good stuff. But maybe this wave of bringing in people, that might help them get acclimated and everything like that.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And for the people that watch baseball just like me
Yeah.
and on a Warpath, we're gonna give you an update throughout the game. Top of the second, 0-2 count to Eric Thames, the newest Nats player. Big, very
Oh
huge.
yeah. Big bat. Big
Soto
bat. Huge.
Soto's on the first, 1-2 pitch count, and one out. So let's see if we can get something cracking. But as far as the comments, let's get to the comments, man, before we get into the
Mhm.
bad news. You see, I'm trying to prolong the bad
Oh
news.
yeah, dude, we might as well go on and do it. It's like going to the dentist, man, and it really is. You got to do it. So
It's so much, man. It's so
Yeah.
much. But Braskins Wiki says, "What's up?" AM Hunter says, "Chris, I said the same thing on Pedro's video." Oh, Pedro Smith is in here. Schmidt is in here.
What up,
Um,
Pedro?
they says they haven't signed anyone yet. Okay, cool. And then Nicholas says, "I'm expecting AGG to go off low key." Hey, man, now that Kevin Harmon's hurt, I look at it. I try to take positives from everything. I look at it as a blessing in disguise, but not obviously not for Kevin Harmon, but for AGG, because it was a speculation, of who was going to start him or Kevin Harmon. But I see that, I wanted him to have a decent role. But now he's going to be really tested. He's going to have to be that number 2 wide receiver alongside Terry McLaurin. And I really think he can step up for that task. You know what I'm saying? He can be
Mhm.
enough. Terry's a bailout for Dwayne in a way because he's small, but he can go up and get that. But AGG can really be the
Right.
bailout as Eric Thames flies out for the to end the inning. Warriors coming up to bat. But yeah, I think AGG could really be that bailout for Dwayne, and especially in the red zone, he could really be the target that can go up and get them jump balls like we were hoping that Josh Doxson could be. But seeing
Mhm.
obviously that didn't pan. I still kills myself to this day that we could have had Michael Thomas, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, man. Yeah, I just really want to see AGG. And Chris says, do you think they're gonna have 11-on-11 combat? What did he say? Let me find it. I think it was like 11-on-11 drills or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be that. I mean, and I think Chris even said something about you can't do that with a contact sport and everything like that. um, it's going to be hard. You can't social distance in contact drills in contact sport. You just can't do it. So they're going to need to figure out a way to get work in and work. And I mean, you think about it, like offensive linemen, defensive linemen, they're going to be on the sled. Except, what do? Do you clean off the sled every turn that somebody uses on it, and to what degree? Like what are your protocols with the ball and everything? It's really. I mean, are you going to do two-hand touch? You're going to do flag football? It's crazy that the NFL, they've had all this time to come out with a plan or plans, because you're going to need like 1, 2, 3 plans in this situation, which a lot of places have already put in place, are 3, 4 different plans. So I don't know, man. That's going to be interesting to see what the NFL and what the PA are going to be able to come to agreement on, because there are guys on Twitter right now, they're saying, like, Russell Wilson was saying Sierra is pregnant, and what are they going to do for their families and everything? Drew Brees has brought it up. JJ Watt has brought it up. It's crazy, man. So
yeah, man, for sure. And like you were saying, two-hand touch, that's still contact in a way. So they might as well just, I don't know. Honestly, I don't, bro. It's just a lot. Unfortunately, this is what, life is now. Unfortunately. Hopefully we get through it. As Strasburg is stepping back on the mound, let's get a 1, 2, 3 inning, Strauss, baby. But Chris says all kinds of body fluids gets exchanged in midst of NFL football games. You can't plan around that. You just can't.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, that is true, because you never know. You never know. And clean off the sled within snaps, that can just prolong the days. So they had all, like you said, they were the least sport league affected by this coronavirus, and they had all this time to put together a plan. But then again, like he said, you can't plan this. So who knows? We'll see. But I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, man.
RBG says, "What's the topic right now? We're talking about training camp, and what are you guys expecting from training camp?" I'm really, like I said, tomorrow is rookies reporting, and I'm expecting to see. I just want to see how they're going to practice. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is, since we know the name change and stuff like that, are they just going to practice on blank helmets and stuff like that, or are they just going to announce the name tomorrow? Maybe. I think for a business side, they should actually have Chase Young announce the name, because he knows he has the most, that C word, clout. I don't like saying that word, but he has the most clout. So if they want to get a business thing involved, they should have Chase Young announce the new name or whatever. Predator, Werewolf, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just something cool. But
oh no.
Chris said Thaddeus Moore is gonna be surprised, or is gonna be a surprise.
I mean, he could. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how he does. I think he could. He has the ability to be like a Chris Cooley, what Cooley was early on in his career, could play like a fullback and play. He'd be that H-back type guy. He can block, he can catch, and all that good stuff. So, we'll see. They haven't had many camps, and like tomorrow, I think tomorrow's going to be more of like an orientation day probably for them.
Yeah, definitely. As Strasburg get the strike call, high upstairs fastball 91, blow right past Rio Louise, 0-1 count, 1 down, bottom of the second. Strasburg's looking really good actually. But back on topic here. Yeah, like you said, tomorrow's gonna be, I think it's gonna be more of the physical, tomorrow, as far as like the how are they looking as far as condition goes. And RBG says, who uses fullbacks?
Well, there's this team. Well, there's this team in New Orleans. I think they use fullbacks a lot. They actually got our fullback from last year. There's still teams that use fullbacks on goal line and goal to goal plays. We need a. I mean, you always need somebody that can play a fullback instead of having a having a linebacker play that fullback position. But they need to do more than just playing that fullback spot.
Right, yeah, definitely, for sure. And, Adrian Peterson thrives at his best when he has a fullback out there with him. Teams like the Saints, teams like the 49ers, Kyle Juszczyk.
Yeah, Juszczyk.
teams like the Chiefs, Anthony Sherman. So there's still teams out there, although it's dying and it's rare. There's still teams out there that is still uses fullbacks. So with that being said, he says they're gonna be playing. They're gonna be playing flag football. Outlaw King says.
Right.
If they play flag, that's still contact, so they might as well just tackle.
Right.
Chris Alpha says Chase looking unreal in his workout videos. Can't wait to see him in live action.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All we can really do is just hope no one on our team or anyone during the season gets it. Yeah, but that's a high/low hope because it's really seeing like it's just getting pro athletes like this. So with that being said, enough prolonging the bad stuff.
Okay.
I try my best, but
It's all right.
before we get into this is sort of bad news, but I want to get your personal take on it. So
Go ahead.
earlier today, they announced that they've hired Terry Bateman as I forgot what the position was, vice something as far as the business side.
Yeah.
They'll tell me. But it says former Redskin employee checking in about Terry Bateman and the new culture in Washington. Let me get your take on this before after I read both of these screenshots.
Oh, yeah.
It says, I worked there for under a decade. Terry Bateman was the most that time. Behind Larry Michael, he was probably my second least favorite person there. More than Bruce. Lies to employees all the time. Just tries to keep Dan happy. The poster child for yes man everywhere. That's the first screenshot. The second screenshot is another former Redskin employee checking in about Terry Bateman and the new culture in Washington. Don't use my name, but another former employee. Wild move by the Redskins hiring Terry Bateman. Did he actually leave? Question mark. To be the new CMO absolutely proves nothing has changed. This dude directly covered up and encouraged a good chunk of issues portrayed in a Washington Post article, especially in regards to the slug of Larry Michael. If Washington fans hated Bruce Allen as a public face for all those years, they should know Terry is just as bad, if not worse. So,
Oh, yeah. No. When I read that, I had to go back and I was like, I just wanted to. This morning, I was searching like his background. I found an article from 2006 when he joined the team. He was president of Snyder Communications which was Dan Snyder's company. So you have just in turn, like you've basically said, screw you, everybody who thinks that our culture sucks. It's still damn good. And you know what? I'm going to hire another yes man. Like, I don't get what he already sent a letter out to the employees with the Redskins, and they're saying that he never in all this situation, Dan Snyder has not said the one thing we want to hear him say. What is that? I'm wrong. I was wrong. It's my fault. He has never taken personal responsibility for anything that has happened. It is, we're going to get better. We're going to use that. While I'm all for collaborative speech, I know the power of it. At the end of the day, sometimes you have to take that on and say, you know what? This is my fault. This is my responsibility. I need to get better. I need to get right. Hiring Terry Bateman is not getting right. That is saying, screw you guys for whatever you believe. I'm going to do what I want to do that has worked for me over the last 21 years, and it hasn't worked. You are still adding. That is like throwing water on a grease fire. You know you can't throw water on a grease fire. Like, it makes it worse.
Can't throw water on fire, period. That's what they say, especially kitchen fires.
I legitimately, my mouth dropped when I saw. I'm like, how are you going to fire all your homeboys or let your homeboys retire? And then it's like, hey, I'll bring in another homeboy. Like, it's crazy, man. Nothing has changed, and nothing is going to change until they can pinpoint stuff to Dan Snyder. Because at the end of the day, how do you kill a snake? You cut its head off. The Redskins are a snake. The Washington franchise is a snake. you got to cut the Dan Snyder head off, man. That's all there is to it.
Somebody need that. I mean, not say that. Yeah, man. He it's like Dan Snyder can't get out his own way. It's like he can't
Yep.
get out his own way, man. Honestly, as Strasburg gets the out to end the inning, top of the third, is that Carter Key? Oh, that's Jan Gomes up to bat. Had a 2.23 average last year, 12 home runs, 43 RBIs. Up to bat at the top of the third, 1-0. He takes the first pitch, good pitch, but it just missed. So, with that being said, man, like I said, and like my boy Chris just said, he said that Dan Snyder can't get out his own way. And it's just like Dan Snyder, he's soft. I feel like he's easy to get a job. And what I mean by that is, it's like if I was to go up there and say, hey, Dan, hire me. He's afraid to say no because you can finish that. But you know what I'm saying, bro? It's just like, I don't know, man. I'm thinking we signed Rivera or we hired Ron Rivera. It's like everything's looking good. Then boom. All this stuff just comes out, and then we hire Bateman. I have a video.
Yeah.
I have a video coming out on that. It's already edited and everything. I just didn't upload it because we were going live today. I'm furious. I'm gonna redo that video because I have some more to say. So I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. But yeah, man, I really don't understand. Like, I don't know is it hard being Dan Snyder? Like, I just want to know what it's like being him. What it goes on inside his brain to make him do things like this. So let's get to the comments. Chris Alpha says he should have hired Tony Dungy as the team president. Wait, so is he the team president or
no? He's the executive vice president for like business and something. And then this chief marketing officer.
go ahead. What were you saying?
He's supposed to be in charge of like the renaming and everything.
As far is he like the merchandise and stuff like that?
Yeah, he would be like all over that merchandising and marketing and all that stuff. Yeah.
So I mean, I guess people can say the positive we could probably take away from this is he doesn't have nothing to do as Jan goes down swinging. Jan Gomes goes down swinging for the first out at the top of the third. I guess the positive we can take away from this is that he has nothing to do with the football side. Something that they were trying to do with Bruce Allen before they just cut the plug was say that he had nothing to do with the football side. But then again, like I said, he's under Dan Snyder, and Dan Snyder is a weasel, so it's easy to get some say going on. But the positive that someone can else say is that we have Ron Rivera there. He's not a Jay Gruden. He's not going to go like that, or he's not going to just take down. He's not going to bend the knee. He's going to actually say what he means. So I mean, I guess that's the positive, that he has nothing to do with the football side, per they say. We don't actually know. But yeah, man, I don't understand. RGB says he's a great business, bad for football. But I understand that, that could possibly be a positive. But do we actually know that he's only going to be worried about that? Maybe they could just be saying that just to cover up, and he could possibly have something to do with the football side. But we don't know. RBG says my prediction is the way we'll get rid of Dan Snyder due to the allegations is he now facing along with Mr. Epstein and Roger Goodell will make Jay-Z the owner of the Washington Redskins. Hey, Jay-Z, bring him
That
on.
ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. That fan base is too diverse in Washington. I mean, I know it's in DC, but it's too diverse that they're gonna have Jace that would there's a lot of connotations there. I just don't think that'll work with there. Like I'm all for minority ownership. Like I don't like take that as me taking a stab. I just think with Jay-Z, it probably wouldn't work. And plus, he doesn't really. I mean, you can't really say just because he doesn't have a connection there in DC that he can't work out there. I'm just like, I just don't. I wouldn't mind seeing Beyonce at every halftime show for the Redskins. That'd be fun. Yeah, I just don't think that works. I mean, that's wishful thinking. Like I think they need a forward thinking mind there.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. As the one out top of the third, Victor Robles draws the walk. So we have a runner on first base. As my boy RBG says, we're good on the baseball. Let's get back to football. Hey, I'm still going to talk about it, man, because that's what I enjoy the most besides football. So Guppy says Wale buy the team. I don't think
Wale,
Wale.
I don't think Wale got the money for,
Yeah, I
for
don't think.
that. I don't know.
I don't think Wale has
He
the
had to
money
put
about
together.
it.
Yeah, I don't think he has the capital for that, but maybe he can get on one of them ownership groups.
Hopefully, man. As
Yeah,
Trey Turner, wait, let me see. Yeah, okay. So Trey Turner did beat out the double play. He smoked it up the middle, caught it, got the out at second, and he beat out the throw at first. Okay, so we're still alive in the top of the third. AP at running backs coach when he retires in 30 years. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for AP when he retires in 30 years because he's playing like he's still 20. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah.
Yep. So RBG says Wale will design New Jersey.
Ha! Maybe. I don't know. Don't know, man. Don't know.
Someone
Well,
says Wale and KD. I think KD
yeah.
has enough money to buy the Redskins in probably like 5 years from now. But I don't know if KD seems like the type of person that could own a football team. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think KD is that person, but RBG says y'all making jokes, but Jay-Z actually has ties in his good friends with Roger Goodell. It's only perfect timing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know that. I know that he's been on the like that diversity group that the NFL had last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was in on that meeting. Jay-Z was I'm not joking on Jay-Z. I'm just thinking, I don't know. I just don't think he would with the ties to the area, you know. I don't know. Just don't know.
Yeah, definitely for sure. We're not getting rid of him. I'm sorry to say it, guys. I know we all want him gone, but Dan Snyder's going to be this owner until he dies. Honestly, and when he dies, it's probably going to pass down to his wife, his kids, or whatever. So ain't nothing. We're not going to get rid of Dan Snyder. There's no time soon. The only way he get rid of him is if these allegations get to the point where he's forced to sell the team, like the Clippers
Mhm.
owner, or the only other option is to when he passes away. I know
Right.
that sounds kind of cruel, but it's the truth. It's really the truth. So with that being said, I just wanted to get your takes on, what do you see them? When do you see them announcing the new name? Because as far as the name goes, it seems like it's been covered up by all this BS this past week. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I feel as though that we should have been had the name announced. But I don't know. What do you think that when do you think they'll announce the name? Whether that's tomorrow, preseason, opening game, mixed in a training camp. What do you see as far as the name change goes?
Uh, let's see here. Um, I would say if they're in a rush to do this, I'd probably say in the next 2 weeks or so we might see something. Um, I don't know outside of that. I mean, that's real. It's like taking a stab in the dark.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And like I was saying, so the NFL proposed a new deal today to where they would have only one preseason game, which will be held on August 27th. How do you feel about that? Me personally, I'm happy as far as being a football fan to where we could just skip to the regular season. But then again, for our young guys like Thad Moss, like Steven Montez, all the unsigned free agents and also the late round free agents like James Smith Williams, Kalecki Hudson, Carmen Curl, all the late round free agents and undrafted free agents, like they have a slim chance of making it, which they already had if it was a regular preseason. So how do you feel about a shortened preseason or one game to no preseason? How do you feel about that? And how do you think
I
it
mean,
affects us?
I think it's going to hurt the younger guys that are trying to battle for a spot. I think it's good in a counter because you keep your team healthy. Like your vets are healthy. They don't have to go out there. They might just do a quarter in that one game or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see a lot of sloppy football like the first month and a half of the season just because they haven't had that cohesion and it just hasn't been as physical as it would have been in previous preseasons and all that stuff.
Okay. So it seems like RBG is getting into a little bit of a scuffle and discussion down in the comment section with someone else. Is he talking to us, or I think he's talking about amongst himself in the comment section? Let's see what he says. He says, we had Jack Can Cook and Dan Snyder. What do you mean a forward thinking mind? What more interval and thoughts would you need? Oh, okay. They're from New Blood, and see, this is what I hate about stream, y'all. You know, this happens every time I read someone comments.
Yeah.
It scrolls up. New blood and someone who sympathized with racial equality. Okay, my boy. Is he talking to you or is he talking
I
to?
guess he's talking to me. I guess because I wasn't a fan of Jay-Z. Is that what you're trying to say, man? I'm like when I say diversity, I'm not just black. I'm Hispanic as well too. So that's why I say diversity. I'm right down the middle with that. So just because I'm like I don't say black outright does not mean I'm not for it. But I would love black. I'd love Hispanic. I'd love Asian. Whatever. I don't really I would love to see that. And if it is with the Redskins, I'm all for it, man. Don't think that just because I said I don't really like Jay-Z as the owner, I don't think Jay-Z would be it, does not mean I don't want that. And we had Jack Kent Cook, who was a forward. And Jack Kent Cook was a forward thinker at his time. Reason for the Lakers and the out there in LA for a while, he was the owner. So I don't know. It is what it is. I don't think it's going to take a lot more than just it's going to take a whole lot more than just these allegations to get Dan Snyder out of there. At the end of the day, that's what's going to happen.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And I agree with you. I can't agree with you more. Like I say all the time. Shout out to, let's see, it scrolled up. Shout out to my boy Landry. He said shout out to him for the $5 donation, $4.99. Appreciate that, man. He says, Juan, I know you like Kelvin Harmon. He is injured. Sign a vet or trust AGG. I think, in my opinion, I think we should sign a vet. But and trust AGG. Why not? A lot of people think this is gonna be a bad year anyway, so why not just let the young guys go out there and play? I'm all for signing a vet, but I don't think they're gonna do it. So why not just trust AGG? You know, we still have Cody Latimer if he, gets cleared or if he even wants to play this year. So I think we need to sign a vet. But there are a lot of people that's out there saying just trust AGG. So what do you think about that?
I think that I think you still need to go out and get a vet. Probably, I like Josh Gordon since Antonio Brown decided to retire today. I like Josh Gordon just because of the success he's had with Scott Turner before when he was his position coach in Cleveland that year. So there's a little bit of familiarity between the two. So I mean, I still think you need to bring in a veteran just to challenge him. And maybe Josh Gordon might clean his act up too.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And Antonio Brown retiring today. I didn't want him anyway. Honestly, I didn't. But Josh Gordon, maybe I don't even know why the Seahawks didn't even resign him. I don't understand what happened and all, but he was actually playing solid for the Seattle Seahawks. So what is some veteran? Oh, that was a nice hit. But my bad. I know y'all want me to stick to football, but that was a great hit. But what are some veterans that you think we need to take a look at? I was looking more towards the Chris Hogans of the world and stuff like that. Just somebody that can come in here and show us the ropes. You know what I'm
saying? Chris Hogan, he's kind of old. I think I think he's like 32. Tavon Austin was in there. Taylor Gabriel is one of the. He's up there. He's in his late 20s, but he owned us on Monday Night Football against the Bears this past season. I think Hardy from Atlanta, he's out there as well. So you've got a lot of different guys. I know there's some other guys I'm probably forgetting about, but there are a few out there that you can probably bring in here, and they could make a decent impact on your team.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And someone in the comment section says we should trade Ryan Kerrigan for a starting receiver. I'm not for that. because I don't think no one would take Ryan Kerrigan for a starting receiver. But then again, you don't know who is a starting receiver in this league because anyone could blossom. But I would not trade Ryan Kerrigan right now, only because I think that we got to see how he does in his new role. I don't think he'll start opening day, or should I say week one. But I think he'll do great in his new role, man. He's older and he doesn't have to play every down. He can just come in and make the sacks or the forced fumbles or maybe even interceptions or just be there to support
Mhm.
the run game when need be. He doesn't have to worry about playing every down. So I don't think
Right.
we need to trade Ryan Kerrigan. I think we need to work on to get him to cut down his money, and then just keep him around until he retires because he said he wants to be a Washington Redskin. What do you think about that?
I think, yeah. I mean, I'd love to see him in this career. He's like what, 2 or 3 sacks away from the all-time sack record, I think, held by
I
Dexter
think it's
Manley.
one.
So
I actually think it's one. Actually,
yeah,
one and a half.
it's something small. So I think he can get that. Obviously last season was his worst season ever by far.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't start towards the end of the season. He missed the rest of those games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's a great player. I think he's a good player, not great, but he's been out of position since he was drafted here. When he came out of Purdue, he was a defensive end in a 4-3 defense, and
Mm-hmm.
and then Mike Shanahan, Jim Haslett asked him to stand up and play outside linebacker, which he did really well. I mean, one of his first plays was that interception for a touchdown against the Giants, and he went
Right.
like he went back-to-back years. We getting an interception for a pick six. I think he's got 3 interceptions in his career. They're all touchdowns. So,
Right.
I we'll see, man.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And Yimmy says, "Hey y'all, what's up, Yimmy? Welcome to the stream, man. And that's the thing. Someone just said something about Juju Smith-Schuster. He's set to be a free agent this upcoming off season. Although we got to get through this season first. Would you take a look at Juju because he's a great a second receiver. He could be that second receiver behind Terry maybe, but he's not a great one receiver. You clearly can see that after Antonio Brown left he was
Mhm.
asked to be that one receiver, and he hasn't really quite blossomed into that role. And I know you could say, well, he didn't have Big Ben last year. He had Devlin Hodges, and he also had what's that Mason Rudolph. So I mean, I guess
Mhm.
you could say the quarterback played a role in that, but I don't see him being a great one receiver. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. And they took away Antonio Brown too. From he wasn't there last year, so he had to adjust to being the number one guy taking the double teams and everything.
right, and oh man, as a lucky bloop falls down, Strasburg is getting cranked right now. Honestly, he started off hot, but that's not his fault. Trey Turner missed the lucky the bloop that like they said, they don't care about. But I'm still going to talk about it. As they have runners on the corners. Come on, y'all. Bottom of the third, 2 outs. Let's get this blast out. Me and Owner Warpath care about baseball. I don't care if y'all don't. We still going to talk about it. Nah, I'm just kidding. But Chris says, at what point do you move on from a player that can't do as much as he paid Kerrigan trade capital? I'm gonna let you answer that first, and then I'll give my take on it.
Say that one more time. Where was that question? I missed that question.
Chris Alpha asks, that's my boy Chris. He says, at
Yeah.
what point do you think we move on from a player that doesn't match his pay, Kerrigan's trade capital?
Um, I don't know, man. I have no idea. At what point do you think? I don't know, man. He's 31, so like, does he really have a lot of trade capital? And he was hurt last year. I know his previous seasons he was, all right and all that stuff. Um, you know, but it is what it is.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And like I think you don't move on from a guy like Kerrigan. I think you let him retire as the team that drafted him. I think that you work hard to get
Mhm.
his contract cut down. Now, if he doesn't want to get his contract cut down, he still wants to hang on to that 11.5 million after this season, and he doesn't produce this season, then you cut him. But I'm pretty sure Ryan Kerrigan,
Mhm.
he already said he wants to be here, so I'm pretty
Right.
sure that he would take a pay cut. You would just have to offer it to him. And you just have to work thoroughly to help him or to get where you want him to be as far as the cutting in half of his 11.5. million contract. Shout out to my boy Guppy for the $5 donation. He says, "What will Haskins show in year 2, and can the O line protect him?" What do you think? Because I'm pretty. You already know what I'm gonna say. You could
Yeah,
probably answer for me.
I think that the line is going to be all right. I think the right side is going to be decided. I think you're going to have Morgan Moses. They've got a new offensive line coach in Matsko. Hopefully, he can get a lot more out of him than Bill Callahan did. That left side's to be determined. You've got a battle at guard. Who's going to be at your left tackle? Is it going to be Lucas? Is it going to be Charles? We don't know that. Is it going to at left guard? Are you going to have Wes Martin or Wes Schweitzer? So, I mean, I think they can. I think they can defend him very well. I think they can protect him very well. The fact that that this defense was ranked. I hate using Pro Football Focus, but they are probably one of the best on offensive line breakdowns. And the Redskins last year, with Donald Penn and without Trent Williams, ranked in the top half of the league in offensive lines. So, and you're bringing back most of that line outside of the guard and your tackle from last year. So I think in a way you get younger at tackle. You got a guy who came in there and played a little bit of guard last year on the opposite side. So there's some familiarity there. I think they're going to be all right. I think the offensive line is going to be better than what people think it's going to be.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And the offensive line, as far as the left side goes, I really wish we would have kept on Eric Flowers. That 3 more million we could have gave him, because I think we offered him what? I think it was like $7 million, because he ended up taking a $10 million deal. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we could have offered him that 2 more million. I really would love to have Eric Flowers back. But we have Wes Martin, and as the left tackle goes, I think Sadiq Charles or Cornelius Lucas is going to be better than what some people may think. On the right side, I think we already know the right side is good. I think Morgan Moses is going to have a bounce back year, honestly, in my opinion. And Chase Roulier, no one's taking that spot from him. He's probably the only center or the only person on his offensive line outside of Brandon Sheriff when healthy is the most quiet one. You know what I'm saying? Right. So with that being said, I think the offensive line is really going to be good. And I think as far as Haskins goes, you already know what I'm going to say. I think he's going to. I'm all right. Let me be realistic, because you already know what I was going to say. He's going to win MVP. That's what I was going to say.
I know.
I'm telling you guys, when in 9 months, you call me crazy now, but in 9 months when it happens, he's going to be the MVP of this league. I'm telling you, in 9 months when he's on that NFL honor stage, or if they do it virtually. However life is going in 9 months, he's going to be the MVP. You see his face. He's going to be the MVP. And and call me crazy now, like I said, I'd take it on the chin as a man if he doesn't win MVP. Let me set it up. If he doesn't win MVP, I'll take it on the chest as a man, and I'll take it on the chin. I'll come on here and say I was wrong, but that's how much faith I have in Dwayne Haskins as my quarterback. But more realistically, I think he'll take a bigger leap in his second year as the Washington Redskins quarterback. I think he'll grow into his role, but his offseason hype videos are really getting me hype, and I really believe that he's going to win MVP. I'm the only one that believes that. A lot of people know I'm the most Haskins supporter, or the one that supports Haskins the most. I feel as out of the fan base. Honestly, I do. I really believe that he has what it takes, man. And call me crazy, but I'll see about that in 9 months. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't wait for him to prove y'all wrong. Cannot wait. Honestly, I can't. But like I said, more realistically, I think he'll take a big leap. I think that he'll have a solid season now that he has an offense that's all about him and his skill set. So I think he'll have a decent second year. But let me be more biased. I know and I believe that he'll win MVP in 2020. They're going on me. They said drugs are bad. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. I cannot wait. I'm gonna save this live. I can't wait. Y'all going in on me. I cannot wait when this happens, man. When he wins MVP, I want everyone in this stream to say, you know what, you was right.
I will. I'll tell you. I'll tell you were right. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I would tell you if something happens in some magical fairyland that was gonna happen, I'd be like, you know what, Juan, you were right. I was wrong the whole entire time.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And I'm telling you guys, same thing happened with Lamar Jackson. First year, he was okay. They made it to the playoffs, but then they got an offensive coordinator that built the scheme around him, and he actually won MVP. He's going to have the same story as Lamar Jackson. Not saying as far as the feet and the fast and him using his legs. I'm saying as far as a scheme being able to build around his skill set. Let's be honest. I know this might sound bad, but Dwayne Haskins is a scheme fit kind of quarterback. You have to build a scheme around Dwayne Haskins, or he's going to play horrible. I know it's a lot of people going to be saying, oh, so that means he's not skilled. That means he's not talented. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you have to build a scheme around Dwayne Haskins. He's not a quarterback that could just go into any and everybody's team and just show that he can do it. You have to scheme him into someone's offense.
Yeah, I need him to. I need him to be. Let's get him to Pro Bowl level first before we go MVP. That's all I'm saying, man. I love the ambition, you know that. But it's a new offense. It's a new offense, a new coaching staff. They haven't met. So he's gonna take his lumps. I mean, he might not take that many lumps, and he's proven that he can learn. If you give him time, he'll learn. But I mean, there's still a lot more talent out there. You've got my homeboy, you got Lamar, like you said, that can be there. Russell Wilson. Those are three that just roll off the top of your tongue. And then you've got running backs who you've got your Saquons, you got your McCaffreys, you got, dare I say, the guy down there in Dallas too, who are better running backs, who are probably the top running backs in the league there. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to agree with you. I really do. I want to sip that Kool-Aid, man. But I think you got to give him a season or two for that to be real ambitious. But if he can take a huge step this year, I think a Pro Bowl is an accomplishment in that respect. So.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And that was gonna be my next question. We have two that's really important here. So someone says if Haskins, or that's Gunner, by the way, he says if Haskins is bad this season, hopefully we're bad enough to get Trevor Lawrence. And then someone says if Haskins doesn't do good this year, do we take Trevor Lawrence? Me personally, no, man. You have to get him at least 2, maybe 3 more years to show what he got. Last year, he was obviously put in a situation to where he wasn't being able to show his full capability as far as him being good as a quarterback. He was put in a toxic situation. A coach that didn't want him. A coach that was out here sharing women. I know that had nothing to do with him, but you get what I'm saying. A coach that was on drugs. Jay got caught smoking a J. So with that being said, he was put in a toxic situation, man. You have to give him 2 years, maybe 3, to show whether or not he's good in a scheme that's built for him and showing that he was the starting quarterback. Don't forget, this is the same guy who was just thrown in the fire week 4 when Case Keenum got hurt or / bench. So you got to give him a season where he's fully the starter. And if he's bad after maybe 2, maybe 3 seasons, then we move on. But you can't move on after 1 year of him being the starter, because last year, week 4, just thrown in the fire. The week versus the Vikings, thrown in the fire. He wasn't set up to succeed. You give him 2 seasons to set up to be successful, and I guarantee you see a whole different Dwayne Haskins. I know you guys been seeing the workout videos. I know you guys in the workout videos. This guy is not playing no more. You can literally see that this guy has changed, man. Ooh. Howie Kendrick, baby, 2-1 homer.
There we go.
Okay. No, I had to go on a rant right there. I had to support my boy.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
I had to support Haskins, man, because I'm probably the only one in this fan base that supports him as much as I do. So what do you got to say for that as far as moving on from Haskins if he doesn't do good? Hopefully we're bad enough to get Trevor Lawrence, which I hope isn't happening.
You got to give the guy 3 or 4. You got to give him at least 4 years on. You got to give him the duration of his contract. Now, if you see that he's not where you think he's supposed to be at, or you can only give him so long. That's the thing. And I think that resets though. It honestly resets. Starting with this, he's basically entering another rookie year because you're going to strip down what he's learned in two styles of offenses from Jay Gruden into Kevin O'Connell. Like some of the play call, some of the things might have been the same, but the tendencies are a lot different. They were very pass happy at the beginning of the season, and then they were more conservative once Bill Callahan took over. So, yeah, you're going to have to. You're stripping that down, and now you're going to teach him this Eric Coryell offense, which he's a gunslinger. He's got a good arm on him. So we will see. I always say that. I said we'll see because there's a lot of things that you want to make sure you dot your I's, you're crossing your T's on with this. But you got to give him time. Like anybody who says, "Oh, I don't think he has it," I don't think he has it. The only reason why you don't think he has it is because most people wanted Daniel Jones last year instead of Dwayne Haskins because they thought the Giants were going to take Haskins instead of Daniel Jones. And then Daniel Jones caught that fire in those first 2 games of the season, had a decent season, but they put the faith in him. Once they took it from Eli, they put faith back in him, and they ran with it, man.
Right. Yeah, definitely for sure, man. And like I said, honestly, someone says in the comment section, they says the only reason why I asked is because Trevor Lawrence seems like a generational talent. Yeah, for sure. For a team like Jacksonville or somebody, we have our quarterback. I'm telling you guys, man. I really am, and I cannot wait for him to prove you guys. I don't want to say prove you guys wrong because I know deep down inside you guys want to support him, and it's hard too because of what happened last year. But if you really think about it, it wasn't his fault. He had no control over it. So,
Right.
with that being said, let's get to these 2 donations. My boy Guppy with the $1.99 donation. Shout out to Guppy for doubling up on the donations. He says, Warpath cut bench start Zeke, Saquon, Henry. What I said when he asked me this, I said start Saquon, bench Henry, and cut Zeke because Saquon is a mix of both. He got the speed and the strength. I think Saquon Barkley, which hurts me to say this because I hate the Giants, he's the best running back in the league, man. It hurts me to say this, but I'll let you answer that. Cut, bench, start Saquon, Zeke, or Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'd probably say, I'd say start. I said start Saquon, bench Henry, and cut Zeke, just because I think Henry is the Titans' offense, but they go the way he goes, and then like you said about Zeke, not Zeke, but Saquon, he's a do everything back, and I mean the game that he played against us at FedEx last year, I think he had 100 yards on the ground, 100 yards in the air. I know Zeke can catch, but I don't know if he's ever had a game like that. So I would go Saquon, Henry, Zeke in that order. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out to AM Hunter for the $5 donation. He says, fellas, do you think Jimmy Moore? Oh, my lord, there he goes scrolling up. Fellas, do you think Jimmy Moreland can push for a starting corner spot this season, outside or the slot, and how we smashed that pitch? Hey, AM Hunter cares. He sees it. He sees it. How we with the 2-run homer, baby. So we're at the bottom of the 4th. Runners on the second base. As for the Orioles, as 57 is digging in, who cares about the Orioles, man? How we just smashed that, building off of that home run. I know you guys remember that home run in the World Series that touched the foul pole, baby. That set everyone as he lays down the bunt, and it's foul. But let's get to this question about Jimmy Moore. I'm gonna let you go first. Do you see him starting outside?
Yeah, I could see him starting. Landon Collins has talked good about him. I thought he did really good in preseason last year. He learned the game as he went on last year, and I think he can take a step. I think he can either move Fabian Monroe or challenge him or Ronald Darby, one of the two. I like I like what he can do. I like what he's capable of and all that stuff. So I think Jimmy Moreland he can push for a starting job.
Me, on the other hand, if it's not safety or slot, I don't see it because Fabian Monroe. Maybe if he starts over Darby, I think only person that really has I wouldn't say solidified a spot, but it's really in my eyes the only other corner that really already has his spot. In my opinion, because he really hasn't solidified a spot, but in my opinion, I think it's Vivian Monroe. Last game in 2 games, he had 4 interceptions. That guy started to ball once he was moved to the outside, and I was really saying that we had some shutdown corners with him and Dunbar, but Dunbar's obviously not here anymore. So I think the only person that's really solidified, in my opinion, once again, I have to rephrase that before they go in on me. I think Vivian Monroe is the only one that really has that spot held down, whether that's the cornerback 1 or 2. UCLA, he came out of UCLA, he was always hurt. When healthy and moved to the outside, he's really a great cornerback. Slot, not so much. So other than if it's not slot, we know we have Kendall Fuller there. If it's not slot or safety, I don't see him being a starter because he had a backwards start to his career. You know what I'm saying? Rookies normally start off slow and finish strong. He started off fast and finished weak in a little bit, in my opinion. So with that being said, I'm not sure.
I think he can, man. I think he can, and he will. I got confidence in him, and I probably got a little bit of bias because one of my coworkers' sons played with him at JMU. So, and they talk highly of Jimmy too. So, I think you better watch out for him. I think he might have something he might have something cooking down there.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. You know what I'm saying? And then it seems like small school guys always play better. Not better, but they play with more heart because they're small school guys, so they know that these chances are rare. Casper Hill says, yeah, I'm tired of people hating on Haskins. I can't wait for him to prove himself so they can STFU. As he grounds out to Trey Turner. Trey Turner with the easy play out at first, baby. Second out, 2 down, 1 on first. So, with that being said, shout out to Skins fans all day. He says, what's up, fellas? And he also says Antonio Brown says he's retiring. Yeah, he says he's retiring, but is he really?
I'm a fan, man. He loved him some Antonio Brown.
I don't really care. I don't really care, honestly. I'm not. I'm just over, man. Fuller got slot on lock, says Chris Alpha. Yes, he do. In my opinion, I think he do. But I would like to see him play some safety because he played really well at the safety and for the Chiefs. But I think if we can give him back to what he was before he left us, because the Chiefs didn't know how to use him. We knew how to use him. I'm hoping Jack Del Rio can use him in a great way that he was used before he left to Kansas City, because Kansas City didn't know what they were doing with one
right.
Fuller. So what do you think about that? Kendall Fuller.
I think he'd be good. I think Kendall Fuller, he can play anywhere. He thrives in the slot, but he can play outside if you need him to. So that's what makes him good, because he's almost like a Fabian Monroe. He probably could have been a first-round pick when he was drafted. Back when he was drafted, what was it, 16 or 17, one of the two, and he was drafted in 17. So he could really rise up and do almost anything at that cornerback spot. So I think he'll be better at slot, but I think he can lock it down. He could have been like a first-round pick if he hadn't got hurt when he was at Virginia Tech. So,
yeah, definitely, for sure. As my boy Carter Keyboom, the one that's going to replace Anthony Rendon at third base, just made a sexy throw across the diamond for the third out to end the inning. The Nationals goes to the bottom of the fourth or the top of the fifth with the 2-1 lead over the Baltimore Orioles. Man, I'm hyped. I'm telling you guys, I love football, but I love baseball too. So I got to get hyped, man. Carter Keyboom looking great. But as JC says, technically Dexter Manley will go down as the all-time sack leader for the Redskins history, if you want to get politically correct.
Oh gosh. I've disagreed with so many people on that. I'm gonna keep on disagreeing with it, because because you change the name of the franchise does not mean you wipe everything away. It's like when people get married and they change their last name, they're still the same person. They're the same person. They just go by a different name, and that's something we'll just get used to. There's a plenty of times where it's a new beginning, but you carry that history into the future. Like, I mean, you carry the Super Bowls, the MVPs, whatever you want to call them. It all goes. It's all fluid. It's all transitive for the most part.
Yep, and per Adam Schefter just now, NFL offered NFLPA today to play 0 preseason games this summer.
Oh Lord,
I'm all for it though.
that's not good for the season. I know, but I don't think that's good for the season. To be honest with you,
What makes you say that? As far as like regular season goes?
yeah, I don't, man. I don't know. You got to have at least one warm up game. You got to at least one. And I think it was. I think it actually was our buddy, Mr. RBG Gold,
Mm,
God, who said, that's asinine to have um, one preseason game because you won't get anything out of it. To have none, that's just crazy, man. I would have been fine with two, but now just none. That's you're gonna see sloppy football. A
yeah.
lot of these teams. Well, maybe the Redskins might start out 4-0 because we usually start out really good in the preseason. So I don't know, man. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Ooh, that hurt. Cabrera just took a pitch right to the knee. Ooh.
Ooh.
Now he's going to first. He looks like he's walking it all, but taking a 90 to the knee. Okay, good thing. Okay. Oh no, it was the lower leg. Okay, he's gonna feel that in the morning. Nah, but Eddie Eddie Longorio. I don't call Ed Oliver that, but I was just in a group chat with that's his Instagram name. So that's what just was on my mind.
Uh,
Ed
uh,
Oliver. Ed Oliver just said he says I recall or I'm gonna call the season being shortened per my source. So he has a anonymous source that says the season might get cut down, but I
yeah.
don't see it happening only because they don't want to miss that money. I know you may say, how are they going to make money if no fans are on the stands? Trust me, they're still going to make money. They know they're not the MLB. They're going to make money. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, my boy Am Hunter says we could scheme some packages like the 4-2-5 and utilize our corners more.
Right. Yeah. You could. You could. You have two linebackers there. You have your four down linemen, and I mean, really, honestly, I I don't know why we don't see that more often in the league now. If we do already, yeah, we probably do. We see that in the league a lot because of these multiple wide receiver spots and all that good stuff.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And make sure you guys thumbs up the stream. Subscribe to me and on the Warpath. I want to do this as my job when I get older, man. You know what I'm saying? I need tell the Redskins hire me as Redskins new host on Redskins Nation. I'll take the job gladly and I won't be on none of that stuff that Larry Michael was on. And I will talk my trash if Dan Snyder has something to say to me. So with that
Uh,
being said, man, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And if you got a plug that got a plug to get me to where I want to be in life, show them my channel. Show them on the Warpath channel. Maybe you can be the co-host of Redskins Talk and, be the play-by-play announcers for Redskins Radio. Maybe take Chris Cooley's job. Psych, nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, all seriousness, this is what I want to do in life, man. So if you guys have a plug that has a plug that has a plug, you know what I'm saying?
there
Shout
you
us
go.
out, you know what I'm saying? All Skins
Connect.
fans. Oh, go ahead. Okay. Skins
I
fans.
say connection. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. Skins fans all day says no preseason is good for us, no injuries.
Yeah, I mean he ain't wrong. He's not wrong. Well, we already had the injury bug with Calvin Harmon, so maybe we'd be all right though.
Yeah, maybe, because we know week 1, 10 people gonna go down. No, I'm just kidding. No, Skins fans say all day says, nah, I don't like you there. Get tempered to grab some cakes or tempted to grab some cakes rather. Jordan
Yeah.
Reed was good, just a lot of illegal hits that didn't get called. Yeah,
Oh
that is true, man. I'm telling you, Jordan Reed will be up there with the Travis Kelce's, the Zach Ertz, the George Kittles of the league if he stayed healthy. Honestly, I really do. He was really good, man. Although
mhm.
blocking was weak, he was really probably the best pass catching tight end in this league, honestly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think about Thanksgiving when he got hit in the head and they didn't throw the flag on it. Um, there's a lot of questionable hits that have happened to him that there weren't any flags thrown. So I think it's just missed opportunities by Jordan Reed. Not that he didn't have the ability, but those concussions slowed him down for real.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. JC says if you guys haven't seen it, check out Ruben Foster's jump roping on Instagram. I already seen it. I think we showed it last stream, if I wasn't mistaken. I think we showed it last stream of Ruben Foster doing the jump rope. And he was riding his bike. That guy is working. That guy is shredded. He had a cheat day where he ordered a ton of Chick-fil-A. But hey, man, when you're Ruben Foster and you're shredded like that, it don't matter what you eat. I'm just kidding, but I cannot wait for Ruben Foster to get on that field. And I want to show you something right quick. Let me see if I can pull it up here. We have Ruben Foster, who kind of somewhat gave away the Redskins' new name. So give me a second and let me pull that up here. And
What
let
you
me
talking?
let me show you, man. Let me see if you kind of agree with me in a way, or let me get your take on it. Has a few sensitive words in it, but hey, we raw over this side, man.
Yeah.
So here we go. I mean, here's Ruben Foster here. Okay, here we go. He's kind of
What the
teasing.
world?
He's kind of teasing his dogs, right? Hold on. It's coming. It's coming.
That's my baby. We motherfucking the Boston Red, motherfucking Red Wolves.
Hey, man.
Hey, it's all right. That's
You,
okay.
you think he knows something we don't?
I hope he does. I hope he does. I'd love to be called something. I don't even care at this point, whatever the name is. I just want to be focused on playing ball or possibly playing ball. There's another video that people need to watch. Him doing his recovery with stem cells and stuff. If you look that up, that was a pretty interesting video. The company that did it, they had him as like a spokesman. So I would encourage people to go see that too.
Right, yeah, definitely for sure. And my boy Split says linebacker needs food anyway. Yeah, especially when you're a size like Ryan, Ruben Foster rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Skins fans all day says, what did he say? He said, we're the Washington Red Wolf. Hey, see, we on live, so I can't really, I like getting that monetization. No, I'm just kidding. But he said we the Red Wolves, man. So he knows something we don't, obviously.
I
So
hope so.
yep, man, definitely for sure. As we enter the top of the fifth, Cabrera's on first pitch, deals low inside, and is a full count. Okay, so with that being said, we have one more topic to talk about here, and it's more of a schedule, predictions, and a message to Dan Snyder. I've been saving that for the ending to give your message to Dan Snyder because they know what I say to Dan Snyder, but what is your message to Dan Snyder?
Check the video I'm about to do. That's what I say. I want to leave that. I can't give you all my fire, man, but I feel like any other fan about Dan M. Snyder. And he's awful, man. He is he's a coward. He is he's a pansy. I can think of a whole bunch of words that I want to use to describe him, but I'm on your channel, so I won't use too many poor words. But he really he disappoints me. He disappoints me a lot. To say that in a nice way. You think about this. He's had 3 coaches that rank in the top 20 in wins in NFL history. He's got three of them. 4 with 5 Super Bowls between them. And they can't. And you mean to tell me you can't even manage a trip to a conference championship game?
Right.
You can't with those guys.
Right.
I don't get it, man. I really don't. It's a travesty, and he's got to go. I mean, if there is, I don't believe in wishing bad luck on people, but I hope the worst things in life happen to Dan Snyder. I really do, because he has earned it. He has earned it, and I just hope we can get owner that respects his fans, respects his team, respects his employees, and wants to go out there and win, and won't stop at anything, and understands that he needs to surround himself with people that'll tell him yes and no, even though he doesn't want to hear it. So, whether the owner is Jay-Z, whether the owner is Oprah or whoever, or Jeff Bezos, whatever, I don't care, as long as we get somebody who's about making this team better and getting the fans that have been slapped in the face so many times back into the fold. I mean, we got fair weather fans. Every franchise has them. Let's give them a little bit of cloud coverage now, or break these clouds, these storm clouds. So that's my little bit. That's
Right.
my
Yeah.
little...
Yeah. We're gonna end it off here in a little bit, but what I wanted to say was to Jeff Bezos. Good thing you brought him up. I read an article where it said that Jeff Bezos, a lot of people that work for Jeff Bezos don't like him. They said that he treats his employees bad. So they were saying take that in consideration for the people that wanted him to own the Washington Redskins or the Washington Football Club. So what do you have to say about Bezos as far as owning this team? Does that change your opinion on him, or did you still like him to own the team?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Any business, there are a lot of businesses out there that Snyder Communications in the Redskins are a lot smaller than Jeff Bezos and Amazon. Amazon's a multinational, global organization.
Mm-hmm.
The dude's a businessman at the end of the day, and I mean, if you want to talk to me about finding a clean businessman, I'm gonna call you a liar, because businessmen are only about one thing: their bottom line, how much money they're making.
Right.
So it is, you take the good, you take the bad. There you go, you got the facts of life pretty much. But I don't know. I mean, I don't care if it's Jeff Bezos. I don't care who it is. As long as they come in here, clean up the mess, and get it done. They can be white, black, brown, red, green. I mean, you can go get the scrolls from Spider-Man and get them to come there and do it. I don't care, as long as they're about winning, and they're about watching the team, being a fan, sitting up and shutting up, and just letting the football people take over.
Right. Yeah, definitely, for sure. And like you said, I'm all for it, but I don't know if I want Bezos anymore just because he treats the employees bad. But like you said, he's a businessman, so he's all about his money.
Right.
But we're gonna get out of here. But the last thing I do want to say to you before we get out of here is, would you give up? This is just a hypothetical question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you give up your first round pick for the next 5-6 years in order to get Dan Snyder out of here and have a good owner? So basically,
is that a serious question?
Honestly,
that's a serious hypothetical question.
I want you to think about it.
Yes.
Though. I want you to think about it.
Yes.
5 to 6 first round picks.
Absolutely.
And listen.
Absolutely.
Say they're all inside the top 3 and 5.
Yep.
I will actually have to think about that, because if you're giving me first round picks all inside the top 3 and top 5, I will have to take that in consideration.
Nope. I'm fine. Get rid of. I would take it, run, not ask any questions. Go. Just, I mean, man, this has been too long, too long of dealing with Dan Snyder. To the point now, I'm tired of it. I don't. He got to go, and if that means we got to sacrifice half a decade of first round draft picks that we can make up in the second round, I'm cool with that. I'm totally fine with that. If he was gone tomorrow, and I don't know if he's gone tomorrow, I'd be like, you know what, those draft picks were well spent.
Yep. Yeah, man. So with that being said, it's been boy Juan Gotti. We have an hour. You know we go an hour every time.
Yep.
Shout out for on the Warpath. We're right back here every Monday at
Yes, sir.
6:15 p.m. You know how we do. So as
Yep.
always, me boy Juan Gotti. Like, come subscribe. Hell to the Skins or hell to the Washington Football Club. Hell to the Nets as I'm watching them win right now. Top of the bottom of the fifth, 2-1 lead. And like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to On the Warpath. Link is down in the description. Thank you for all the donations. And like I said, if you got a plug that has a plug that has a plug to get me where I want to be in life, and that's talking sport, whether that's skins or just sports in general, because I know my stuff.
That's
Help
right.
me out. Help on the Warpath out. Subscribe to his channel. Shout out to the people in the stream. And we'll be right back here Monday at 6:15 p.m. So make sure you guys don't forget it. As always, do you have any final words?
No, man. Appreciate it as always. I'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.